Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server with me, Zedaph. Hope you are doing very well today. Last episode, we were here at the pyramid base trying to finish it off, and you know what? We finished it. I'm doing air quotes now. It doesn't really look like it because my hands are by my side, but I am. Because, yeah, it's completely not finished at all, but it's got a pretty good amount of progress made in it, and I'm pretty happy. The rest of it we should probably be able to do just off camera. Look at all those cactus and bits and bobs collecting down there. Oh, it's working really well. But today we are going to head not that way, we're going to head this way, back into the Nether, to our lovely drippy lava dome. So yes, the lava drippy dome of goodness. This is where we are going to be building our smelter. If you missed that episode, a few episodes back, make sure you go and check that out. Today we are going to figure out that exact smelter. This pigman clearly doesn't care, but that's fine. But you know what? The Nether, it's so like... And to build this redstone contraption, we're going to need to use our brains and be calm and collected. So I want somewhere a little bit more like... Because I'm telling you, isn't going to cut it. So that is why we have come over here to the beautiful flower forest, or flower forest? Gardens. I can't remember. We're over here at this beautiful place, which we might be making a mini base here. One day, there's a big pillar somewhere. Where's it gone? There was definitely a big pillar I put here quite a while ago now to kind of semi-reserve a little area around here. But yeah, today we are going to try and design the super smelter lava cooker thing, right? And to do that, yeah, let's just go through it step by step together, because I'll often say I'm not very good at redstone, right? And then people in the comments are always like, oh, Zedaph, you're actually pretty good, weirdly, in a weird way, you're not actually that bad. And I'm like, no, I am bad, believe me, I just kind of stumble my way through the redstone. So today we're going to stumble through it together, and I'm going to maybe teach you a little bit. Why are there so many of these same white flower? We're being overrun. Oh my god, there's thousands. Anyway, I'm off topic. You might learn a little something today about how to fool everybody into think that you're not actually that bad at redstone. So if you think you are, listen up, follow along. I'll try and be as sort of generic about redstone as a whole as I can. That squid does not want to be in that lake. And yeah, you might just learn a little something, but probably not. Haha, okay, so to start with, let's familiarise ourselves with what we're actually trying to do. Let's just sort of relearn a little bit about it. So we're making a smelter. Here it is. You can put in things to cook in the top hopper. You can put fuel in the side of a furnace, and then a hopper underneath pulls items out. So we're going to be using lava buckets in here as our fuel, and that will cook 100 items. So really, we just want to be able the lava buckets to just be flowing straight through, and buckets get spat out down the bottom here as well. We might want to split out the buckets from the other actual like things that we've cooked. The things that we've cooked, we want to just flow out as well. So these two, we can basically just let the game do its thing. We don't need to touch those. The thing we want to control is make it so that this hopper here only lets 100 items into the furnace. Okay, and if there aren't 100 items, we don't want 10 of them to start cooking and then nothing else, because that's going to waste an entire lava bucket. We want to be super efficient. I've had this thing for a long time now where I really enjoy making fuel perfect efficient furnace builds. There was one last season, I think it's like episode 3 of season 5 of Hermitcraft. If you go back and check that one out, we made the Uber furnace, and way back in my single player game, like years and years ago now, my goodness. We made a similar kind of thing, so this time we're going to work on it for a 100-based fuel system. So yeah, we really need to control everything with this hopper, and a lot of it's going to be to do with locking it, right? With redstone power like that, it will mean that things don't flow through. So at the minute, they're not flowing in. If we let that go, in they flow. Brilliant. Now, the main issue we face is counting to 100, which, you know, you'd think I could do, but apparently comparators don't seem to do it very well. So let's have a look. In fact, I should have had some redstone dust out here like that. Let's plop those there, and there. So we want to rely on signal strength, and obviously comparators will measure how many things are in a certain container. So we've got 100 stone bricks here, 50 and 50. We put those in, and it puts out, what, a power of 1. If we put in 1 less than that, if we just take 1 out, it's still a power of 1, and I think we can probably put a few more items in as well. Basically, it's not accurate enough to know exactly when 100 items is in our container, and the same can be said if it's in any other container. If it's in 100, there we go, it's power 5 that's putting out. If we take 1 out, it goes to power 5 still. It doesn't change at all. So yeah, we can't count it, and furnaces are even weirder as well, and you wouldn't really want to put 100 items in here to be counted out. So we have an issue with the machine knowing when there's 100 items ready to be smelted. So what are we going to do? Well, I was having a little think about it, and I've delved into my toolbox of knowledge, and I pulled out an Etho hopper clock. Boom, there she blows. I don't know why I was turned into a pirate then, but it doesn't matter anyway. So this is an awesome little component here. I don't really understand how it works internally as a component. I just know it has an entire thing. If I build exactly this, that it can do various stuff. I've built the one where there's one sticky piston and one non-sticky piston, and this is the version that it just kind of runs once, so it's just like a one-off timer. Every time you activate it, it will count amount of time and then do a thing. So yeah, if we update this, we'll see that the 10 wood that I put in here flows into here, and then it flows back again. So it's kind of like, and then it stops. So then it's kind of like 20 items worth of time flowing between hoppers. Now, so our furnace, let's put it over here. We want to be controlling the flow of this hopper, right? We want to let 100 things through and then stop it. So that's, hello. I mean, go away, but right, carry on. Just ignore him. Just ignore him. Yeah, we want to be controlling this hopper up here. So I'm hoping that we can use this system to measure the time it takes 100 items to flow through, and we can kind of use that as our main measuring device. Now, because this is hopper-based, and this is hopper-based, it should work really, really well. Everything should sync up perfectly. We're not dealing with, like, the time it takes an animal to get killed, for instance, you know, or fall down. Why are you not... Okay, you are dead. It's just, I thought it was an immune chicken. Yeah, we don't want to time how long it takes for an animal to fall to control a hopper, because they're two totally different things, and if your game's a bit laggy or something, one might go quicker than the other. Whereas if we're sticking with hoppers and hoppers, we almost can't go wrong. I'm going to eat this chicken and really enjoy it. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, cool. Right, so we've got a bunch of items in here. I've decided to put a torch on this side over here that's currently off, because this side is off when the timer isn't running, right? So all the time the timer's running, this torch will go off, if that makes sense. You'll see it going in a minute. We've only got 10 items in here still at the moment, so it's going to be pretty quick. So let's do it and see if we move 20 items, as I'm going to guess. So there's 10, that's good. And we did 19. Okay, so yeah, I was worried about this. If we had one more item, I reckon it's now going to do 21. So that's kind of wrong. Let's give it a try to see if my hypothesis is correct or not. I don't know. It probably will. Roughly halfway was about 11. Oh, they're flowing through. Okay, it did 21. So I reckon we can only do odd numbers with this. So if I want to do 100, I'm going to have to put in 50 items in here, but it's only going to do 99. So, I'm going to have to do something with this part of the wiring here. I'm going to have to extend this and allow it to give us one extra tick of delay before this wire comes back on again. And here we go. I've just extended it, like I say, added a little bit of extra timey-based stuff in here. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just added some repeaters and realised that if I just added one repeater, it kind of just delayed the process, but just later. Like, the same thing happened. The same amount flowed through, just later in time, whereas we wanted to extend the amount of time that it was let open slightly. So by having two of them in, it can kind of, like, turn off on the quickest one, but then go back on the slowest one. Again, I don't really understand. I just kind of put things down until it worked. So this thing I didn't make, because Etho did. This part of it here, I literally just tried various bits and bobs until eventually it worked. And I mean, this bit just isn't anything anyway. So far, none of this is me. And I've just put bits together, and I think we should technically now be able to get... we've got 11 items in here. This should make 20 items flow through. So we're on the even numbers. Let's hope. Come on, don't show me up now, game. I can imagine that you would. And boom, there we go. Okay, good. 20 items through. So basically now that means this is 20. So if we was to put, 51 items in, that should count 100 items out, which is exactly what we want. But now we've got to worry about the other problem. So far, we've just been like, I don't care. It's a future Zedaph problem. Whereas now future Zedaph has arrived. And that problem is... we only want this system to activate, and we want it to activate itself because, you know, I'm lazy. We only want it to activate itself if there is at least 100 items in here. There needs to be more than that. If, you know, if there's 120, we want this thing to run, but we only want it to run once. We don't want it to run twice because then we're going to be wasting fuel. So we definitely need to know that there's at least 100 items in here. That's the next problem. Well, the best way I could figure out to know if we had at least 100 items was 115 items is the magic number here. So here's 114 items, and that is putting out a signal of up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, signal of 5. Here is 115 items, so only one more. And as you can see, look, we're putting out one more signal. We're putting out 6 signals here as opposed to that, which means basically, if we have 114 items in this machine, it won't turn on. Even though there's enough, we need at least 115 items for it to turn on. But it will still, because of this thing will count 100 out, it'll still only cook 100 items. Then there'll only be 15 left, and then it won't cook anymore. So you do need a little bit of extra things to smelt. But seeing as this is going to be like our bulk smelter anyway, and we're going to be doing like, you know, stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of sand, we should always have a little bit of something extra lying around too. So we're also obviously using this hopper not just to hold items, but we're going to be having items flow through it that are coming from our storage containers into the furnace below. So we're probably going to need a way to, once we've figured this out, to actually break this line so that the fluctuating number flowing through here doesn't affect anything, and only fix the line again whenever we want to know if we want to do another bulk. So let's say we've got like 250 items in this hopper, right? First off, so we want to connect it to read it. Oh, wow, yeah, 250 items. Let them through. Cut the wire again. Let 100 items in. Brilliant. They've all gone through. They've cooked. We want to check again. So then we want to reconnect the wire. Oh, 150 items. Oh my goodness, great. Let's break that again. 100 items flow through. They cook. Everything's all good. We want to check again. We send another pulse to this to fix this wire. Boom. Oh, there's only 50 left. That's not enough because obviously the wire, it would only see 50. So look, it's super duper short, and then it doesn't let any more through. That is the plan. Now it's just a case of slowly putting this all together in such a way that hopefully it works. I still don't understand the wire cutting bit yet. That's going to be a bit of an issue. But yeah, let's start actually putting this into practice a little bit. So now we can finally get into the Nether. And I'm here and I've done this room up a little bit. I've changed the floor to be dead coral. But it actually kind of looks cool. It doesn't look all dead and disgusting and gross. And I actually got this from the Concorpse Sad Coral Shop, where you can get all different kinds of dead coral. But I'm a bit annoyed because, look, I bought this up here for 2 diamonds per half a stack. And then I saw in their other shop where they have living coral, it's even cheaper. It's cheaper than, look, it's only 1 diamond per half a stack. So I paid to have them kill the coral for me. I'm perfectly capable of killing the coral on my own, thank you very much. I had goldfish when I was a little kid. I'm very much used to that. Oh dear, what a rip-off. I want a refund. But anyway, it looks really nice and it goes really well with the colour purple. So I'm happy, and I wouldn't have been able to go and got this myself anyway. So we've got a lovely dead coral floor. I might need to break it up a little bit with maybe like an inner ring of some kind of pattern, because yeah, there's quite a lot of it. But for the most part, I think it looks pretty cool. I think this is the main kind of colour scheme we're going to go with for this deathly base. The vibrant lava, the dead coral, and then the dark green. Having trouble with walls there. Oh dear. Mumbo followed suit. Okay. Anyway, yes, so with the dark nether brick as well. But let's actually get building this. I've worked out a nice compact way to build our lava smelterator thingy. Whoa, no. Hold it, stop everything. You're an idiot, basically. This doesn't work. All that hard work you just put into making that entire thing, none of it works! And it's all because I don't really know why. I never really found out the reason. I think it was because a furnace can only hold 64 items, not 100, which means it kind of can't buffer up any more than 64. It was trying to buffer up 100, and it kind of wasn't, so there was kind of leftover. I really don't know, but it is a good thing because I've now come up with another design that works just as well, and it's probably about a third of the size. It's much more simple. Oh, it's nice. Let me put it in and I'll show you what it's all about. So here it is. Look at it. Look how teeny tiny it is. It's crazy. Okay, right. So this is where we put in the things we want to cook, and they just flow down. We don't do anything with them. We don't stop them. We don't tell them what to do. We just let them be themselves. We let them go. Okay? That's what we do. But we still do just kind of sneakily keep an eye on how many there are in this hopper, using the old 55 item subtracty trick like that. So if there are 114 in here, this torch, or less, sorry, 114 or less, this torch is on, like that. But if there is 115 or more, then this torch goes off. Now what this torch is doing is it is currently going down underneath here, into this block, which is into this hopper, which is basically... Oh, let me back up again. Quick, need to see what to do. Okay, which is basically... Oh, I nearly fell all the way down. Which is locking this hopper. Instead of locking this hopper up here like we were trying to do before, we're locking this one, which is the fuel line, the very, very final one. So, seeing as you can only have one lava bucket don't stack, we can use that to our advantage, right? So one lava bucket will go in, but at the minute, no lava buckets are going to go in because this is being locked, right? So let's just pretend these dead things were lava buckets, like they're flowing all the way through, but they end up being here and they will not go into the furnace because there aren't enough to smelt. So what happens is we plop a load of stuff in, 64 of it goes into here, 114 of it goes into here, and nothing happens. That means we've got 114 plus 64. I'm not going to do the maths in my head, but it's 178 items in here before this thing lets a lava bucket come through, which means we're always good. I think there's a chance we might waste about like 20 items worth of fuel if say a fresh lava bucket has just gone in, then we just run out of items. Because 64 plus 114, 178, well, yeah, we're always, 22 items or something like that, if my maths is correct. But it's so super duper compact and small. It's lovely. I'm now thinking we have another one over here, maybe even another one here, you know, it doesn't go down very far. Another one over here. We can have them on all four of the sides, so then we can just be smelting things 4 times as quick, and maybe we don't have to mix ingredients up. If we want to put sand in this one, and then we want to start cooking something else up in bulk, we don't mix them. Oh no, you just start a whole new smelter off, and everybody is happy. So I'm going to cover this up, and then we are going to do our first proper test. And bloop, like that. Beautiful. Okay, right, this is looking pretty cool. So we've got to remember which one's which. Saying that, I've already forgotten. We put the cookie stuff in there, larvae stuff in there. Okay, so what I have is our very first test. We're just going to give it a go and see what happens. Here I have 427 sand. So this should only cook 400 of it. It will not cook the 27 is the hope. I have 10 buckets. So, I mean, that should be 1 bucket, 2 bucket, 3 bucket, 4 bucket. And we will only use 4. We'll have 6 buckets of lava left. Obviously, the main point of this is that we don't ever have to count these out. We won't need to put them in stacks like that. In fact, I'm going to just get rid of it already and put them all in stacks of whatever they normally would be. So you'd normally just get a bunch of sand like that you want to cook up, bulk smelt, and we're just going to go like this. We're going to throw it all in. Brilliant. Oh, yep, can be, yeah, why not? Let's just be messy with it. Why not? It's all going to trickle through in the end anyway. Then we need to gather our lava, and we can just fill that in. This is the first time doing this too. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Oh no, I should be getting lava sources, no? Oh, okay, I got some. Okay, oh yeah, they're mostly in the roof. Oh, we're getting loads now. Oh, that was good. Okay, all right, we're going to need some kind of, like, lump to climb on. Beautiful. Okay, like that, and then we can just shift-click all of those in there, and then we go down here, and this is where the collection area will eventually be. We need to make it a little bit nicer. At the minute, we've just got that. Let's make sure we're even getting something coming through. Oh, I guess, well, it has to have 115 items flow into it first. So however long 115 items take to flow into that first hopper before we even start seeing any items come through. So yeah, really, it's just a bit of a waiting game. It's happened again. not only does this one not fully work, because of some reason I'm locking the output hopper like a fool, but now I've actually figured out an even more simpler, even more compact way of doing this exact thing. Like this. Look how small and compact it is now. Oh, instead of it going down and under and into a block that was here, that was locking both of these. We don't want to lock this one. I was locking all my output and it was all getting bunged up in the furnace again. So we only want to lock this, not this hopper. So we use this block that's already here because it's got the comparator on it, and we literally just put a dot there. It's as simple as that. How crazy. Oh, I cannot believe it. I'm mad. I'm happy. All my emotions. Oh, okay, let's let it flow that same test again. Okay, it's moment of truth time. I believe the furnace has stopped cooking. Boom, boom. I need like some tension sound effects there. I probably won't add those in. Here we go. Is this the right number? Well, 4 buckets have gone through. That's correct. Let's just put these in piles of 50 so it's easier to add up. This is like the most tense piling of resorting inventories you've ever seen. It's correct! We did 400 smelts! Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm so happy that's finally working. Yeah, it's the simplest thing ever. I think that's what we might have learnt today. You know, 1, I am bad at redstone no matter what anybody says. 2, sometimes in life, redstone isn't as complicated as you think it's going to be. And it turns out you just have to put like 1 dust, 1 torch, and a few comparators down, and you get yourself a whole super lava smelter, which, you know, who knew? So, yes, we learnt a lot. Thank you for coming with me on this journey of annoyance and misery and unhappiness and smeltiness. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and a massive, massive thank you to my wonderful patrons whose names are on the screen right now. Thank each and every one of you for being awesome. I love you all. I will see you in the next episode. A good-bye.